Hello guys, welcome back to another video of Entre Legend. Today what I've got over here, I've got a 18650 power bank enclosure case for fast charging your devices. If you've got 18650 batteries lying around, then that's what this case is for. I've already done a video on one of these cases before. I've actually made a video of reviving my Anker power bank using this case. So these batteries are actually batteries from my old Anker power bank that has stopped working, and I've revived it from that. What I've got over here, I've got my original one that I've got previously. I've got this from AliExpress, and yeah, this one's actually really good. It's the same thing as this one. The only thing with this one, the older one I got, is that this doesn't have any fast charging capabilities. It only charges at max 5 volt at 2 amps, which is not that fast. It's only like 10 watts at max, so it's not the best at all. So that's the only issue with this power bank. So it did me well. So what I did, because I wanted a fast charging power bank, I did not get this one. I actually got this thing. So basically this is another power bank enclosure case. This is not the rest of it. It actually comes with this cover to keep it enclosed, and this cover and it's got screws with it, which I've got lying around. And yeah, this is what the enclosure looks like, and it did work well, but I've had a few issues with this one. So it's been acting strange recently. It's been reporting incorrect percentages with each battery, so like it imbalances the batteries and it makes the percentages very different to each other. And it's a big problem because it could be 20% and it could just suddenly die, and I could be out and then it would just suddenly stop working and I won't be able to charge it. But that's not the only issue, is that recently this USB-C port just stopped working. I'm not sure why. I tried to glue it down and it still didn't fix it. I can't use it. It did work briefly, then it stopped working again. So that's why I've bought this. So to demonstrate, this is my original power bank enclosure, the one I got first. So this actually reports, put the batteries in, you got to make sure this is the right polarity. If you put it in the wrong polarity, it's going to cause some short circuiting and it's going to get really hot. This can cause irreversible damage to the batteries, and yeah, it gets really hot. That's exactly what I did with this. I've accidentally put in a reverse polarity, and as you can see, it looks a bit weird. That's because the spring actually partially melted, because it got to a tremendous amount of heat, and that was able to melt this little spring, and that's why it caused this. And it can cause permanent damage to the batteries as well, so you've got to be careful. Make sure you put it in the right polarity, because it has the potential to start a fire as well. So I just put the battery in, and as you can see, it's 7%. I rebalanced these batteries, so if I take this out and I put another random one in there, it's now the correct percentage. So as you can see, it's also 7%, which is actually really good. Alright, so I just tested all of them and they all report as 7%. So I put the last one in, this is the last one, and let's see. This also reports as 7%, which is really good. But this one on the other hand, if you put this in there, let's see what this reports as. This actually reports as 3%, as you can see, which is really strange. So to demonstrate, this power bank should charge if I plug this in, but it doesn't charge. So if I plug this in right now, sometimes it does charge, so as you can see, but other times it's not. So as you can see, I just plugged it in and it's not charging. So yeah, this USB port's dead. So that's why I bought this, because this does various voltages, just like this one, but it's not as faulty as this one. I had a lot of problems with this, so that's why I bought myself this. And it's the equivalent as what I had before. And I know I had no problems with this whatsoever. That's why I got this one, because it's the exact same. Just that this one, it doesn't have any power delivery. But the good thing about this one, it's bi-directional. I can use the USB-C port as a bi-directional charging port, so I could charge the power bank with this and charge other devices as well. Got a lightning port, and it's got a mini B port, and it's got 2 USB-A ports for normal charging. So let's compare it and unbox it. So as you can see right here, it does 5 volts at 3 amps, 9 volts at 2 amps. For output, 12 volt at 1.5 amps. So that's basically 18 watts and 5 volts at 4.5 amps. And for the input, it can charge at 15 watts. It can charge at 18 watts at 9 volts. It's got all these protocols. So it's got QC, Quick Charge 3.0, got Power Delivery 3.0, FCP, AFC, SFCP, MTK, BC12, and Apple. So it's got the Apple protocol as well, so I can charge with Apple as well. So yep, I should have got this from the get-go. I should have not bothered with this power bank shell. I just thought it looked cool and it looks nice when the battery's exposed, but it's not really good. It did work really well. The voltages were really good, but it's not reliable because it just stopped working. I don't know why the USB-C port gave up on me. So now we've got this open. It's pretty much identical to this. Got pretty much identical covers, so yeah, this is the other one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get this open now. As you can see, it looks pretty similar in the inside, except we got this. It's a bit damaged right over here, so that's a big issue. This one did not have any problems, and I think what's happened here is that one of these things is broke. So look over here, it's got these tabs to hold it in. Over here, it's supposed to have this, but it does not have it here. It's oh, okay. Alright, so there's no problem with this apparently, just you have to slot it in. They didn't slot it in, so now that's slotted in. I thought it was faulty, but it's not faulty. I'm not disappointed now. I was a bit worried. It might have got that within the shipping. So let's compare both of these now. So as you can see, over here, it's got the charging ports right over here. We've got the light, and over here we've got the normal USB-A ports, but this has got green components over here. This has got another component over here. It's got a capacitor. This one's got a 2R2 chip. And this one's got a smaller little chip. This is what this looks like from up close. So if you get a proper look at this, this is what it looks like from up close. And if you take a look at this one up close, this is what this one looks like. It's got the model number, so look, CX6-PD version 2.0. Good thing about this is they provide you with a screwdriver. So I just got a screwdriver with the new one, and it's pretty identical with the old one. So this is the one that I've got with the one that I had before. That goes with here, and this is the new one. It's pretty much the same, and they provide you with a packet of screws also. Alright, so with these batteries, this old power bank enclosure, the one with the non-fast charging capabilities, reported 7%. Let's see what this report says. This is the new one, so let's put this in for the first time. We've got to make sure the polarity is right. That's very crucial when dealing with 18650 batteries. And another thing that I noticed, I just plugged this battery in and the light didn't show up. That was kind of annoying with the first one. That's probably a good thing. And as you can see, it reports as 8% instead of 7%. And the LCD looks different. Look at that. I actually like the one in here better, personally. So let's just put all the batteries in now. I'm going to put all the cells in here. I think it's the best enclosure yet because the other ones have caused me problems. This one has not caused me problems. It's just that it's slow at charging and I just want the faster charging one. I should have got that from the get-go. I can also get one with wireless charging built in, but I don't really need wireless charging, especially if you're using it as a power bank. You might as well. Wireless charging produces unnecessary amount of heat and it's really inefficient, I believe. So that's why I'm just going to stick with normal fast charging. And as you can see, it reports as 8%. So yeah, I think I'm definitely going to now just put this back together now, and I'm going to screw this on with the new screwdriver. I'm going to use the new screws because the old screws might have some wear and tear, so I'd rather just use a new one. Alright, so it was a bit fiddly, but I managed to screw it in now. It was a bit hard to screw it in because it's just a small screwdriver. Both of them are small. It requires small screwdrivers anyway, so I just used the one that I came with because that fits better. And the good thing is that I got 3 screwdrivers to spare, so if you lose some, they've sorted you out with some spares, so you can still screw it in. So now that it's back on, we can now just begin testing this. So now let's do some testing. So what I'm going to test first, I'm going to test the USB-A capabilities with this. So what I've got over here, I've got a USB-C charger, and we're going to plug it into the USB-A port. The only thing is, they should have the USB port facing towards this side, so that this is facing this side. You see this one, this is facing upwards, but the other one's facing downwards. The green one's facing downwards. And this one makes more sense. The old one makes more sense, but the new one is being displayed like this at the bottom, so this is facing downwards. So this won't be issue plugging a USB-C natively because it doesn't matter which way you have that in. It doesn't matter which polarity you have that in, but this does matter. So that's the only thing that they got wrong with this. That's the only thing that they got wrong with this power bank, but other than that, it's not much of an issue and it's not that bad. They should have just kept the design like this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to plug in a charger. I've got a charger for my DJI battery, for my DJI drone battery. I just plugged the USB tester in, and as you can see, it just shows up as 5.05 volts natively. What I'm going to do, I'm going to plug this in now, and let's see what speed it charges at. So just plugged it in, and as you can see, it's climbing up to 10 watts. So the only thing is, this from the USB-A port, it's max 10 watts because some devices do up to 15 watts, but this is only doing up to 10 watts. Alright, so let's see if the results are different with any different cables. And yep, this one's also 10 watts. So as you can see, it's just up to 9 watts. 2 amps at 5 volts. The good thing is that if I want to do slow charging, then I could just use the USB-A ports. And if I want to do fast charging, then I use the USB-C port. First I was using this port, now I'm using this port. It's actually still getting 10 watts at max. So it's now reporting as 5% now. So yeah, it does go down quite fast. And I noticed something, it's making noise. I'm not sure why, I think maybe it's not screwed in properly because I didn't screw it in that well because it was quite hard to screw in. I didn't complete screwing it in, but I'll complete it after. Right, so now we're going to use the USB-C port in here. So let's plug this in to see if it's bi-directional. So let's plug this in. Let's plug into the USB-C port and let's see, moment of truth, will you get power delivery through this? And yep, we get something, as you can see. And as you can see, it's chosen 8 volts, which is actually amazing. So it's chosen 9 volt protocol, and let's see what speeds we get. We're getting the max speed, which is 18 watts. Look at that, we're actually getting 20 watts, look at that, 19. So this is rated as 30 watts, this charger, but this is max rated at around 18 watts. So as you can see, we're getting 19.4 watts, which is amazing. So yeah, this USB-C port is working as advertised. So very quickly, it just went down to 1%. And I think it's that the battery might be, look, it just went to 0%. All right, so after that, the battery just completely just died after it was 0%. So what I'm going to do, I'm now going to be using a different power bank to be charging this power bank. So I'm going to plug this into this USB-C port right over here. And let's see, we're charging now. As you can see, we're charging at the max speed, which is 18 watts. This is amazing, look at that. And as you can see, it's just showing 8%. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Maybe it's the way the batteries are calibrated from the other power bank, because the last power bank I used it in was the dodgy one, which is this one. It's not dodgy, but like it works really well. It's just that the problem is with the battery management. It charges my devices fine. Alright, so I've got an iPhone charger right over here, and this is a USB-C one. So this has the potential to charge fast as well. And I want to see if it has the potential to do fast charging with an iOS charging cable. So this can charge my phone at 20 watts as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to plug this in to the other power bank in this USB-C port, and we're going to charge it like an iPhone with the lightning cable port. I'll plug this in now. Let's see, what do we get? As you can see, we're actually fast charging with an iPhone cable. So that is actually amazing. That's very thoughtful. So I'm able to do fast charging with an iPhone charger. So if you've got a fast charging iPhone charger, you can fast charge the power bank with that as well, which is amazing. So now what I can do, I'm not limited to just the USB-C cable. I can use an iPhone cable. The only problem is, I've noticed that even with the other one, like this one, if we move it around a little bit, it kind of moves around. It has a tendency to just move around. And I just find USB-C to be the most secure. One thing we need to try is the flashlight capabilities, and this is what the flashlight looks like. It's not the best flashlight, but it's pretty much the same thing as this. So the other one is a lot brighter, the dodgy one, which I call it the dodgy one. It's got all these lights on there, but it's not as good because, you know, it messed me up, this power bank. It died randomly and the USB-C port died on me. It's also got a micro USB port as well, so you can just charge it with your old legacy, depending if you can get fast micro USB chargers, but I think USB-C and lightning is the best. Alright, so I'm going to conclude this video of me unboxing and reviewing this power bank enclosure that I got from AliExpress. It's AN650 power bank enclosure. It works really well. I'm able to charge my devices at high speed, and yeah, it's a really good power bank. So anyway, I'm going to end this video now. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Thank you for watching.